about the deep satisfaction, just a knowingness that I'm where I'm meant to be. And there is within that also just a joy and excitement and exhilaration that we get to wake up and do this beautiful dance with God each day. That stuff, the location of all of that, the money stuff, the impact stuff, the relationship stuff, the all of it stuff, the inner stuff, the literal supernatural location is in Jesus. That's where it is. So as we look to him, and this is why I'm saying go into that vision, look ahead and ask, what is it when it just is what it is? What was it before I made it into all this other stuff? You're going to start to see or sense in some way. I see a lot. You might not see in the spirit so much. You might start to see in the spirit this week. You might feel, you might receive it in other ways. Yep. But you're going to start to have a revelation of, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's infinite. It is so heartbreakingly beyond what I've made it into being. And there's also a simplicity that we see there. Like it's just meant to be this. And the thing is that as we start to unlock those heavenly treasures again, it can feel, if we run it through a filter of the human mind, really hard to pin down. I can't even really articulate it, but I can see it. And I just sense the heart of the Father. But as you just stay in that space and you have a faith, we receive by faith, you have a faith and expectation that of course it's going to translate into the actual what to do and what that looks like and what my next move is going to be and that sort of thing, you're going to receive that strategy because you expect to receive it, okay? So I want you to just dial in on that, but slowly dream with the Lord. Meditate with the Lord, wait on the Lord, expect to see the great things that he has for you. He says in Jeremiah 33 verse 3, call out to me and I will answer you and I will show you great and mighty things which you do not know. This is how it is. It's not maybe he'll answer, he will. So we got to have that faith to believe him, to take him at his word. And again, even if you've never tried that before, I encourage you to try it. God, I'm calling out. Show me great and mighty things. Show me. Okay, if you've got them, show me. Maybe you feel skeptical. Maybe you feel like a despondency there. Show me the great and mighty things, Lord. I want to know. I want to give you permission. I don't know if I have the right to give you permission for anything, but I'm going to suggest that you receive permission to feel heartbreak, if there's heartbreak. Because sometimes we're so busy hurtling along, and it could be really successfully. I've done this so many times, like for years of my life. I have hurtled along so successfully. So it looks to everyone else and almost to myself as well, like everything's going great. But underneath, there's this sense of misalignment. There's this sense of being on a speeding train that's just not even the right train on the right tracks in the right direction at all. And it can feel like you can't get off. And it can feel like I can't afford to fully look this in the face, because if I do, I might find out that this whole thing is just the wrong train. And that can be really scary. It can be confronting. We can have such a sense of heartbreak. I have worked with high-performing leaders for decades now, both in the online world for 20 years now. And prior to that, I was already working with high-performing leaders offline. So how old am I? I'm about to be 47. I have started coaching and mentoring high-performing leaders from the age of about 22. So 2.5 decades. And I can tell you that people can be at the absolute top of their industry and game. And there can be so much in that that's genuinely good and that they appreciate about themselves and about whatever it is they're doing. And so it's not like, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, they all secretly hate it. That's absolutely not what I'm getting to. But there can be such a deep sense of this is not quite it. Or simply that there's something deeper there. There's something just bigger, it's meatier, it's weightier. Why can I not seem to get to it? And the thing is, we have to have these pause periods before we press play. We have to have these periods where we just stare the reality point blank in the mirror, like look ourselves straight on in the mirror, in the internal supernatural eyes mirror where we look to Jesus and see our reflection in our Creator. That's the one I'm talking about, right? But where we just really look at it and we ask to be shown rightly. What is it? Bring me back to that first love, Lord. Bring me back to assignment. Plant my feet. Give me just that one little drop from heaven that is direction. And it's not about going into a time with God or a visioning or prophetic journaling or meditation or anything like that, where we're like, okay, I'm here to get a strategy. Let me get a heavenly blueprint so I can then be on my way doing things so that I feel productive and, that I'm performing again. There's times where it will stay very in the supernatural and you will feel like you don't know how to translate that into the natural. There's also times where it can really open up a bunch of stuff and it's like, man, I'm realizing that I'm speeding along on the wrong track and it doesn't mean I know what the right track is. So what am I meant to do about that? Well, I'm not going to say burn anything down. I don't think you need to do that unless you really know you need to do that. But more so, we'll keep looking then. Keep looking in that direction of truth. Keep looking in that direction of being willing to, but of really wanting to see it for what it is. What am I here for?